Hey friends, Chef Leroy here, and guess what? I am in the kitchen, and today we're going to be cooking some fish. All right, I got some walleye fillets. I got recently this year from a fishing trip to Canada, and they're vacuum packed with my chamber vacuum sealer from Avid Armor. All right, so there you go. Anyway, if you're going across the border from Canada to the States, you gotta leave this skin on, at least a little piece of it, so they can tell what species this is. That's why that's on there. I will be taking that off. I'm gonna do a Parmesan crusted walleye. So let me get the camera over to my little laboratory and we'll show you exactly what to do with this fish. Okay, so before we can do any breading on our fish, we have to have an egg wash. So this is 1 egg and half a cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use milk. This one here is our panko breading, Parmesan, salt and pepper. I've got 2 different parms in here. I've got grated parm and I've got shredded parm. Grated parm is a 1/4 cup. The shredded parm is a 1/2 cup. And then I've got an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper and I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Although I use my crank mills, but that's how much salt I would use. Make sure you mix it up good. Smells so good. Okay. Got a plate to put the fish on and it's done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open up these packages. I'm gonna get that skin off and then we'll go ahead and bread our walleye. Okay, so with this dish, you can use any kind of fish. All right, I just happen to be using walleye because I have it. And this actually had been vacuum packed back in June. And honestly, that's what's nice about those chamber vacuum sealers is this fish is like, smells exactly like it came out of the lake. Nice and fresh. So go ahead and get that skin off there. And just like that, okay? Now there are bones in walleye. You can feel them right here. So if you wanted to, you could take your knife. Sorry, there's a little bit of background noise because I got my contractor at the house working on my roof. You're gonna take that Y bone out of there. So that takes a lot of the bone out, okay? All right, so go ahead and take your fish and put it into your egg wash. And again, what you want to do is keep one hand dry and one hand wet, okay? So we're gonna do my right hand wet and my left hand dry. Now, this is enough egg wash to do several fish. I just only happen to have 3, but you could literally do probably at least 9 fish, maybe even 12, but pretty hard to split an egg. All right, so next thing we want to do is go ahead and put that fish right on top of our breadcrumb with our parm. Okay, now we take our left hand, which is dry, and we move the fish around. And this is quite a bit of breadcrumb too. We could have done less if we had more fish. So you could probably do about 6 to 8 fish with this amount. You want to keep the breadcrumbs nice and loose. So if it starts getting cakey, if you're doing multiple fish, you want to add more breadcrumb because otherwise it's gonna be clumpy, okay? But look at that, doesn't that look beautiful? Okay, go ahead and set that on this plate right here. Yes, I know, bunch of dishes, I get it. Okay, and there you go, you're ready for the pan. I'm gonna use avocado oil in here. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons. Got my pan at about a medium-high temperature. You want a little bit extra oil in it because of that breading. So go ahead and move that around nicely. I've got a pan right here to to throw my fish onto, because what I'm gonna do is I'm basically calling this a staged method. So this is extremely common in banquets. If you ever watch these big banquets that are being done, banquets are done like that. They stage the item and then it's finished in the oven. So I'm doing the same thing because it's only 3:52 and it's not dinner time. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And then what we'll do is we'll pop that fish in the toaster oven and finish it. Basically what we're gonna do is brown them up just a little bit and then flip them. So what I'm looking for is the fish to get brown along the edge. You can also lift it up a little bit to see how brown it is on underneath side, and it's not quite there. Also, it will, usually it sticks a bit until it starts to cook. So you wanna watch for that too. I like using avocado oil when I'm sauteing things. You can use whatever oil you want, but avocado oil actually has a high flash point, so it can really get hot before you burn it. This pan gets hot fast, so you want to be careful not to get it too hot. The fish should sizzle when it hits the pan. You should hear it sizzling. But this does have a cheese on it, so we want to be careful not to scorch the cheese. Go ahead and give this a flip, see what it looks like. Oh, not bad. Could have probably gone a little bit longer. I don't want to cook it too long on that side because it will finish. And I want to have a good moist fish. So we're gonna go ahead and move that to my tray. Let's check this one here. Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. I think the pan was just a little too cool. Now I've got it pretty much on a high. Look at that. Oh, looks so good. Beautiful, huh? Just cook it just a little bit longer there, and then take it off, and we'll put it on this tray, and we're gonna stage it for the later time frame. All right, let's go ahead and take that off. Now, if you weren't staging this, like I am, you could literally just finish them in this pan. And a really nice, quick way to do that too is to cover it, right? So, like once you got those fish flipped over and sauteed them really nicely on that side, you could flip them over so that's your service side, and then hit the cover on top, turn that temp low, and you would be finished within a few minutes. But again, like I said, I'm staging this for later time, so we're gonna use our toaster oven to finish this fish. This should only take about 6 to 7 minutes in my toaster oven when we're ready. All right, so there you go. Again, I'll show you what this whole meal looks like when I'm done. I'm actually doing this Parmesan Crusted walleye. I got some 4 cheese tortellini from Costco, and it's already been pre-cooked. I got a little bit of oil on it, so it's ready. But we're gonna put some zucchini. I'm gonna do kind of an oil base. Well, actually, I'm gonna do more of a pesto. I got a pesto that I'm gonna use, some onion, peppers, and zucchini. So it should be a fantastic dinner, but I'll show you what it looks like when we platen it up.